How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout for episode 27 of the Hexagon Challenge, here with LA Galaxy in the MLS. So today sees us start our campaign in the North American Champions League, and we've been drawn in Group B, and our opponents today are Arabe Unido, but we also have Aguila here as well. So we have Arabe Unido from Panama and Aguila from El Salvador. So as I said in the last episode, it was likely that the groups were going to be fairly straightforward, and the real work will start when you get to the knockout stages, assuming you do it. However, we have some major news, and unfortunately it's bad news. So two pieces of bad news. First of all, Kelechi Iheanacho has now left the club. He has gone to Benfica for around 7 million, I think it was. 7.25, and then there's clauses in as well. Really gutted to have lost him, really gutted. Marseille came in with a bid as soon as the European window opened, and I turned it down. He was unhappy, wanted to know why. Tried everything to get him to stay, wasn't having any of it, so we had to do some kind of deal. The fact he was taking up a foreigner position as well really meant that I had to get him moved on. And he moved on after the date Sheyi Ojo was meant to sign. But Sheyi Ojo hasn't signed because we had too many foreigners. So he actually didn't come to the club, and he's now joined West Brom. And so it wasn't really a good start. We then had a signing or two. We've signed Craig Cummer. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Signed him from the Galaxy Academy. Looks to be a pretty decent player for 17 years old. I think he looks as though he's got something about him. He scored 2 goals and 2 starts and 2 sub appearances so far. We've had to really use our entire squad recently. With the Gold Cup going on, all our players were away in international duty, and our form has really suffered. We've had a lot of close calls, and we've drawn a couple of games and lost a game, just due to the people that have not been available. We also signed Vaclav Barda from Arsenal on loan until the end of next season. So I think he quite obviously is going to be the replacement for Iheanacho. He looks like a pretty good player. He's not really had a great deal of game time at other clubs where he's managed to score. I'm hoping, surrounded by better players, that he'll be able to score here. Certainly Alipur is now going to be the kind of focal point of our attacks, and he does look like a good player. Basel were after him. Luckily managed to just kind of stifle that interest and put his asking price at 20 million because he doesn't have a minimum fee release clause, whereas Iheanacho did. So yeah, it's been eventful, to say the least. In terms of the schedule, the ticker will have all the details. We're still in the US Cup. Played LA Galaxy 2 again this year. We got them last year. You can see there was a result against Orlando, cracking result there. Followed up with a win against New York, then a 2-2 draw with Toronto. That was disappointing. We really threw that game away in the last few minutes. Narrow win against Colorado, good win against Houston. Lots of 3-1s here. It was a good run, and then it ended against Colorado when we had a lot of players missing for international duty. A narrow win against Dallas Railhawks in the Cup. Then Vancouver, again a narrow win. We came from behind there, and again we came from behind against Sporting Kansas to draw 1-1, and that takes us to today in the North American Champions League. And been looking forward to this moment. As I say, I am a little bit disappointed at some of the transfer dealings, but that's sometimes how it goes. This whole foreigner piece is a real pain in the backside. So this is kind of how our squad is looking at the moment. Certainly Juan Pablo Marquez has been playing quite a bit, just because Ryan Rice has been away with the US on international duty, and he's done not too bad for a player that we've got for nothing, so not too disappointed with him. Unfortunately, Barda, you won't be seeing him today. He's not registered. We signed him like about 2 days after the registration was made for the Champions League, so he won't be playing today. We've got Montano suspended. Interestingly enough, Monterrey, the team that put us out the last time we were in the North American Champions League and the team that have won it twice now in a row, they were after Fernando, and I said no, because they put in an offer that was non-negotiable. Normally I would just negotiate it to something that they wouldn't want to do, but I said no, and Montano basically was okay with it, so it's not too bad. So anyway, Eric Miller will have to play today. I rotated the defence a little bit. There was a lot of tired legs recently. Arduin's also suspended. Thornton's had to play a large number of games. He's done pretty well for himself, and he does look as though he's improving. He's not quite where Arduin is, not quite, but he's certainly getting there. So I'm quite pleased, given that he's a homegrown talent. Again, he was another Galaxy Academy signing. Kearney suspended for today, so we'll just drop in Legit. Marshall can get on the bench. Barter can't play, so we'll go with Alipur up front with Zardes. And I think that should be us. There's nothing else we can do. A lot of unregistered and suspended. This is the best that we can go with. So let's get on with the match. And also we'll need to set our highlights back to extended again. I think we should win today. It shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see what we can say. Yeah, it's been quite stressful this last month. Just the number of players that we're missing, really quite frustrating. And yeah, I was able to postpone one game. I wasn't asked about any of the others, and it's just a bit ridiculous at times. It's one of those things, this league, that's one of the frustrating elements of it. The allocation funds is frustrating. Zardes with an early chance there, headed over the bar. And yeah, the foreigner rule also pretty frustrating as well. It's good in a sense that you can buy any foreigner you want, but the restriction on the number of them is not a restriction in terms of how many you can play on the match day. It's just the fact you can't have more than 8 in the squad. So yeah, I just got to kind of get used to those restrictions. Alipur with a shot. Lovely finish from him. Edge of the box there, left-footed volley into the right-hand side of the net. Pretty pleased with the start. So obviously with 3 teams, Aguila are not playing today. I get 2 games against each, and 4 games in total. And then obviously we finish the season in the MLS, and it will be next February, I think, that the quarterfinals start. So it was always going to be the challenge with this club, keeping the squad together when they started playing well. And obviously, have we got a chance here? Fabregas, come on, what are we going to do? Rice wide to Thornton, whipped in. Alipur with the header, straight to the keeper. It was obviously going to be the biggest challenge when you have a lot of good players, especially when you have sort of good American players as well, that they get picked up for their international duties, and then you just struggle to find players to actually fill your squad on match day. I had to play a few grey players, it must be said, on the bench anyway. Fabregas should have done better there. It's a good chance, straight at the keeper. 7 shots to goal in the first 15 minutes, pretty comfortable to say the least. I don't think we'll need to worry too much about things like goal difference here, but obviously the more goals you can score and the better you can play, the more confidence you take going into the next game. As Alipur gets in front of the defender, pokes it home. 15th goal of the season for Alipur, 2nd of the game. Certainly, if Alipur had said he wanted to leave as well, that was going to give me issues. Montano did actually come and say he wanted to move to IFC Colm, and I said, you know, we've got a lot of good players coming through, give it a chance, and he said he'll give it a year to see how it goes. So I'm kind of thinking, pretty much like the Ajman, the team is probably going to be in self-destruct mode within about a year, with all the best players leaving, and if I can't replace them, this is going to be my best shot at the North American Champions League this year. Rice will whip the corner in, and it's headed away Legit picks it up. A lot of men forward. Alipur on the turn, and he scores. It's his hat-trick. Yeah, so I am pleased at least Alipur is still at the club. I just hope we can hold on to him. As I say, we've got this window here at the moment, and then there'll be another, obviously the winter transfer window, and I think the final of the North American Champions League would take place before the next summer window. So, you know, just the rest of this window and the next to try and get through. Alright, excellent first half there. It's more of the same in the second half. See if we can get some more goals. Obviously these games aren't going to be that challenging, so you know, I just wanted to kind of do a catch up on where we were, show the North American Champions League group. I'll probably do the last of the group games before we then get into the kind of playoff stages of the MLS campaign and the final of the US Cup and so on, if we get that far. But yeah, the focus will start shifting to, oh, lovely finish there, smashed home from Alipur, but he's offside. Yeah, the focus next year will very much be on the North American Champions League. Probably a lot of two-leg episodes coming your way, assuming we get through to the knockout, assuming we get through from the first knockout round as well. Alipur, great save from Caballero. He actually started his dive before Alipur even hit the ball there. We got a little bit lucky. Zardes 6.6 isn't playing particularly well. He has actually struggled since Iheanacho's gone. Whenever he's played, he really doesn't seem like he's kind of up for it. I think everyone's playing relatively well. I'd like to give Marquez a go again instead of Rice, just to give him the experience of continental football, just in case we need to rely on him a little bit more later on in the campaign. You never know, we might have a really important match and there's international call-ups. I don't think Marquez will get called up for the US anytime soon. Substitution seems to have taken the kind of sting out of our game there. Miller back to Fabregas into Toivonen. No way you're going to get a shot in at goal there. Just too many bodies in front of him. Alipur will take the corner, surprisingly. I don't know why he's taking them. I would have thought Fabregas would have taken them on the right. Linton here, back to Mitchell. Valdez, and that's the end of it there. Thornton now with the throw. Try to build again from the back. Legit, acres of space there and time. Toivonen, disappointing there, just giving the ball away, but he wins it back. Plays it wide to Miller on the right. Fabregas inside to Legit. Thornton is away if Cummer can find him. He does. Thornton now, loads of time. Tries to find Alipur, can't find him. Legit on the edge of the box. Will he shoot? He does. Oh, so close. That would have been a stunning goal if he'd put that in. And yeah, we're just winding down the last few minutes now. Hopefully we won't concede here. That looked as though there might have been a penalty shout there, but I guess not. Alipur will pick this up. Launches a big ball over the top to Cummer, and he's pulled that wide. And Cummer was applauding the ball. It was a great pass from Alipur, but just unable to finish it off. And that will be us, boys. 3-0. Did the damage in the first half. Very, very comfortable game. Arabe didn't even manage to get a shot at goal at all. So absolutely dominated the game there. Although they had 60% of the possession, but they did absolutely nothing with it. So yeah, great. Alipur, man of the match, as you'd expect when he picks up a hat-trick. And yeah, good stuff. Alright, so with that game done, just having a look here, we've got Atlanta Silverbacks in the US Cup semi. I am not going to do a live com on that. I'm probably not going to do any more of the league games actually. I'll just do the US Cup final if we make it, and the playoffs, which I think we have actually qualified for the playoffs, and then possibly the last game against Aguila at home in the North American Champions League group stage. Just see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little recap on how things have been going this season. A little bit disappointed about Iheanacho, as I say. I really thought he could have spearheaded our attack and our onslaught of the North American Champions League, but he's gone to Benfica, and what can you do? If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a comment. Really helps me out. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and until the next time, guys, I'll see you when I see you.